Morning everyone, so we are now to day 8, it's 5:20 in the morning. I'm just in my room, just sort of finishing off final preps for the day. Up a little bit early, I want to leave bang on 6 this morning. I've got 26 miles ahead of us today, a little bit shorter than some of the other days we've had. And I'm hoping I can hoping some of it's runnable. I'd like to get this one done a little quicker than I have been, trying to avoid some of that midday heat. The course today is going to take us from Bunasea, where I am now, weave its way through the countryside a little bit, and a few Romanian towns en route before eventually we're going to hit the border just before Silistra, and we're going to cross over into Bulgaria. So it's the first border crossing today, which is an exciting milestone. We drop into Bulgaria just for a few days, and then we go back into Romania a bit further along. And then in a few days we'll hit the bit that we recce'd, which will be again another nice milestone. That's a good target to aim at, because that sort of even felt like a long way away when we were doing the recce. Feeling this morning, slept pretty well, ate reasonably well last night and chilled. I didn't really leave the room at all after getting in much last night, just to go to the bank and stuff, because I just really needed some headspace after being out for 9 hours. That seems to have worked. Got some sore bits on the feet, that's to be expected, mainly just sort of rubs, and they're a bit tender and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to, last thing I'm going to do here is just treat those, get a bit of padding on where I need to, bit of like lubrication and stuff in other spots. Get the socks on and get off. That's one thing I desperately need to do now, I think, is to find somewhere to wash my kit, or to wash socks at least. So I've been trying to wash them in the sink using sort of shampoo and stuff. I haven't really got the capacity to carry travel, but I might buy some, which just seems like such a waste, buying a big bottle and then leaving it behind. So I could decant some. But anyway, my socks, yeah, it's very dusty and dirty out here, so they are quite filthy, and actually putting them on, I'm not sure it's great for my feet. I think it's getting sort of that kind of claggy, chlorine kind of feeling. Even this t-shirt, yesterday was the first day I actually sort of thought, I smelt really quite bad, and as I'm sitting here in the t-shirt, it's got to the point where it will start to make me feel sick after a while. So I think it's time to find somewhere to give the kit a quick wash and freshen up, and I think that will be a boost for them, for morale as well. Eating all my fuel, so Packer's weight should be down today a little bit. I've bought some did a little hat. I bought some sanitary towels to stick on my shoulders to try and take a little bit, because yesterday was the first day the pack started to cut in a little bit. Not terrible, but I just thought I'd try and head that off before it starts becoming potentially a bigger problem. And these are kind of perfect, because they stick and they've got good padding, and they're the right kind of shape for the shoulders in lieu of any other kind of tape or something. The only thing is I have to stick them the sticky side down, so when they come off, I'm going to have proper wax shoulders. That's probably going to hurt. Maybe they'll put rub off on their own as I run. But yeah, hopes and thoughts for the day ahead really are just for some good running, really. Just would like to have sections where I can get moving, freedom to run, eat some miles with good momentum, easy nav, all of these things. These are the things that you kind of want, and it would be ideal, absolutely ideal, to have most of this 26 miles eaten before 11 o'clock. It gives me 5 hours, and then even if it's like a 5-mile walk at the end, so be it in the heat, or a plod. One thing I have noticed is walking in the shoes that I've got, the Saucony Endorphin Speed 2s, I think that's causing more blisters than running, I think, because they're not made for it. And so even yesterday when I walked quite a bit, I've noticed on the other foot now I've got a problem in a similar place on the heel. So yeah, I need to try and see if I can sort of do most of these running. But fairly good spirits this morning. Always a little bit nervous, again, for the day ahead. You don't know what's going to happen, how you're going to get on, how you're going to feel. But all I know is that every morning I've gone out and had a go so far, I've always got to the end of the day. So that just, every time you start and finish, adding these little blocks of confidence that you can go and do the same again, and that there's no reason not to. So yeah, I guess we better get on and get out there and do it. and I will update you during and at the end of the day as usual. But once again, thanks for all your messages of support as well. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to kind of hit the charity link and stuff, and also share this with friends if you think they'd be interested. I'd love to get the message out, or let people follow the journey if they're runners who might like. So share the vid with people, and yeah, it's great to have you guys all along. So anyway, I'll stop talking now and get on with going and running. This is procrastination. Just chatting. Anyway, see you in a bit. So, it's not often that you get down here for the Duna, but I'm right by the banks now. Today's run has just been an absolute treat to get here. Some people fishing over there. And here's the view. Special view, huh? So day 8 is done, and today was a 27 miler in the end, and was a glorious day, absolutely glorious day. One of the best running days I've had so far. Once I was out of town from Bunasea, it was just roads without too much traffic, runnable roads through the forests, through these beautiful vineyards and green, and eventually we kind of got nearer Silistra and we started to see the Danube to the right, glimpses of the Danube, and then it would open out amazingly from these wonderful views. Stopped at a monastery, had like a 10-minute break in there, and it was sort of super peaceful, calm, beautiful place to stop and have a bit of solace. And I ate a lot of miles very early on today, so even by 8 o'clock I'd probably done a good kind of half of the distance. Cracked on by 10, I was most of the way there. I knew I was within shooting distance of being home, and that gave me the comfort and the time really just to take some moments, which was what I did in that monastery. I just decided, I'm going to walk in there and have a look, because I haven't really done much of that kind of stopping and looking around, and today was just a perfect day for it. I also sort of found a little bar about 6 miles from the finish and just sat and had a bit of time on orange juice and a fizzy water. That it was just a nice bar. It was just a nice place to sit, and some of those I think I've been maybe lacking a little bit in these early sort of days, but today I felt like I'd sort of settled into myself. The feet were fine, legs moved really well. I think I probably did some like 8.5 minute miles into the mix. The other thing was I started to see more and more kind of German bike packers coming in the opposite direction. It's very popular with sort of Germans to do the Danube on a bike from the source to the sea. And I flagged a few of them down and we had some great chats. One guy, Heinrich, he gave me a lot of tips. I summoned up my A-level German from somewhere. All of a sudden there was language that I hadn't remembered for ages was coming out. I don't know whether it's to do with the running, opening up different neural pathways or whatever, but all of a sudden I was just chatting away in German to this guy. Yeah, so as you can see, I've changed out. It was so hot, I've taken my t-shirt and my hat off in here. My phone battery storage, whatever, crumbled there for a second. But anyway, today was a good day, positive. Heinrich gave me his water as well, and that really helped. Another sort of act of kindness, generosity, selflessness, all these things that sort of spur you on. And just today, if there's more running like today, throughout this journey than there is like the few days that I've had before, then it gets much easier for sure, particularly the distance, the time on feet, the ability to run freely and move with momentum. That's a killer if that breaks down, particularly when you've got a long kind of 35-mile day, just because it starts to get to the sort of the 6, 7, 8 hour, 8, 9 hour, those kind of days are a little bit more of a struggle. So yeah, I mean, I'm really pleased with today, and it's buoyed me. My spirits are good. I've got my clothes have been laundered for tomorrow, so they're now nice and clean. Although I forgot to put my shorts in the bag, so they're not, but most of it's clean. I managed to get a massage on my legs as well today, which is a bonus. And yeah, just deciding about tomorrow. We've got a 40-miler on the cards, potentially. I'm just debating whether or not to split it up to 220s and try and claw back a day or something further down the line where I've got some shorter runs that I might be able to tack together onto to make one long run. I don't know. It's just Bulgaria is a bit of an unknown quantity, and to sort of set out on a 40-miler is difficult. The route could be difficult tomorrow as well, because the route that I've planned goes a little bit off the Eurovelo route, which experience tells me can mean more difficult conditions from all sorts of reasons. So if I go on the Eurovelo route, it might be longer, more traffic. So my route is a little bit uncertain as well still today. I'm just going to have to go out and suck it and see tomorrow, I think, and get a feel for it. So we'll see how we feel in the morning. I think it might be that I'll break it halfway, or maybe do 30 and then try and do 30 on the other side or something. So, but anyway, it's been good today, and yeah, I think sort of hopefully now coming into a kind of flow. That's what I hope. I don't know. You know, the thing with ultra running like this is that the minute one thing or a few things sort of fall into place and go right, inevitably something else comes along to trouble you. That is the beauty of it and the difficulty of it and all of the challenge of it. But anyway, I'm going to sign off now and get this video up so you guys know what I'm doing, and then I'm going to get some sleep because it's late. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all of that, and yeah, comment and share these videos. Let other people know this is happening, and try and get those charity donations in. But thanks for everyone for the support, and I will keep you updated. But cheers from Bulgaria, which is where we are now.